Hi, here's a video lesson on melodic use of rests. You can use rests in the middle of a melody as well as at the end of a melody. You don't just need to use them to separate phrases. You can use them in the same way as you'd use a note. You can play a rest. You can imply something without actually saying it. So this can be useful if you're a singer and you need to breathe in the middle of a phrase, or someone who plays a wind instrument and needs somewhere to breathe in the middle of a long phrase of lots of notes. Or if you're a guitar player or a keyboard player and you've been told that you play too many notes, that you overplay things, you can imply the same sort of sense of speed with far fewer notes and leave much more space in the rest of the arrangement for other instruments to shine. These sorts of ideas can be used in rhythm sections as well, so I'll cover that in future lessons, but in this lesson we'll just look at melodic use of rests. Let's start with a simple scalar run. You can imply notes of the scale by the context of what's around it. So if we take the first few notes of D major, so D, E, F sharp, G, A. So if I play, you can still hear the notes of the scale which are being missed out. You can hear them being implied by what's around them. So let's hear that again. So that's a simple approach to it. So if we try that on something else, so we take this line here, the F sharp, G, A, and if we rest on the G, so so if we go to another note which harmonises with the G, that will kind of help to imply the G further. So if we play, so that's F sharp, rest, A, E. So the E is a minor third below the G, so that helps to imply the G a bit further. So let's take another run. So if we take the D, C sharp, B, A, let's stick some of the notes up an octave of it. So D, C sharp, B, A. There we go. So that's missing out the B, and you can still kind of feel its presence there by the use of the rest. So if we use that as a beginning section to the previous wee bit we did, so it can be. So there's a few rests in there, and they're not just absences. They're showing the shape of something by use of kind of the negative space. Some general rules which kind of work with this are that a few notes before help to set the scene of what you're doing. So with the scalar run, it was. So that kind of set the tonality, the D, E, F sharp, having the root, the second, and the third of the scale, helped to set the scene. So because we'd initially given that sort of frame of the scale, playing the fifth and the fourth, resting on the third, we've already played the third, so the ear kind of knows that that's there. So 5, 4, rest, 2, 1. So it doesn't actually feel like it's missing anything, because the ear kind of knows that that third exists. So if you want to write a kind of triplet based sort of run and you have two notes, so let's go for. You don't need 3 notes to make a triplet. You can rest on one of them. So that could be, or, but instead you can do. To give that sort of feel, or you could do it as and of course that you can use that with any number of notes, like what we did before with the 1, 2, 3, rest, 1, 2, rest, 4. That's the same sort of thing. So you're using less notes there, and you can use that for even going straight through the scale to give a bit more of an interesting rhythmic feel to a straight scale run if you stick a rest in between every few notes. That makes the scale sound much more interesting. you still wouldn't necessarily want to use just a straight scale run, but that's certainly a way to liven it up and give you some starting ideas for it. So let me know how you get on with these ideas. If you come up with something you like, please post a video response and let us see it. Or if you're not that confident, send it to me in an email to playingmusically@gmail.com. If you have any questions or queries about this, or if you just want to tell me what you think of it, please post in the comments below. If you enjoyed it, click like, click subscribe. If you've not done so already, check out my book. Go to facebook.com/playingmusically. There you can download free sample chapters of Playing Guitar Musically, a guide to creativity on guitar and bass. And you'll find a link to buy a copy of the book as well. It's available as ebook or as a print copy. Again, if you've had a look at that, let me know what you think. Let others know as well. I'll be constantly improving the book with any ideas which people have. So thanks very much for watching, and let us know how you get on. Cheers!